the starlit sky, our love's secret line, like leaves we soar so high. Beneath the moonlight, soft touch your hand in mine, gets me every time.
Good morning, you guys. It's Dana. Welcome back to Decorate with Dana. Today we are going to go shopping for a little bit of Easter decor. Just want to do very little classy kind of Easter decor. And then probably next week, during the week, I'll do some type of like Easter tablescape idea or something. So I'm going to run into Target, and then next door is Marshall's. And then I have some things to drop off at Goodwill anyways, so maybe I'll run in there and see if I can find any Easter items. Also, it's so awkward when somebody pulls in because it makes you feel like they definitely think I'm talking to myself. But anyways, so let's go into Target, see if we can find anything, and then we'll go over to Marshall's.
Lost in the city lights, our love's electric ride. You make me feel alive. I know July is gone. You make me feel at home in the neon glow.
So we are home. Actually, this is the next day. I just kind of got busy. I wasn't very motivated yesterday to film anything because it was cloudy. It was really rainy. Today's just really cloudy and like really cold, but that's okay. We're gonna put some Easter decor up. Very little, very simple. I picked up some things maybe for the coffee bar, maybe a little touch or two here in the kitchen, and then I will be doing a tablescape like I mentioned, but that will be in another video probably later this week. So I'm just gonna share with you what I picked up. I went to Target, I went to Marshall's, I ran into Kohl's really quick, and then I went to Goodwill. I did not find anything at Goodwill. Our Goodwill, it's like a brand new store, but they have nothing, and it's already so disorganized, and they just didn't have anything at all. So I did not pick up anything at Goodwill, but I just picked up a few things. I'm trying to do it very affordably and simply, but still, you know, adding some cute little decor in. So I'm gonna share with you what I picked up, and then I have a couple of little, not really DIY projects, but if you've been around, you know downloading prints from Etsy is super inexpensive. I printed out some prints to frame, and that's just going to be the bulk of the Easter decor. So let me share with you what I picked up. I ran to Target, and this little guy is just so cute. I know they had like a whole collection of these like cabbage leaf things, but I did not get any of that, and I didn't even actually see any of it, but I did think this was so cute, and just to put candies or something in. So I picked up this, and this was $12. This is from Threshold. And then from the Target Dollar Spot, they have these really pretty eggs. They're pretty solid. Let me open them and see. I think they're like little wooden eggs, but they're just painted. I think they're just so pretty. They had some also that were, I think, checked, which were really cute also, but I don't know, I just wanted to go for little pops of spring florally looking eggs. So I picked up one of these. These were $3. Also picked up this little ceramic egg. They have it in blue, they had them in pink, and I think like yellow or something. I picked up the blue. I'm not a big blue decorator, but I did add some touches here in my kitchen, so I just thought this would look really cute like on a shelf or something. And then also in the Dollar Spot, they had these really pretty little candles. Again, I think they have this one is mostly blues and greens, and then they had another one that was maybe like pinks and oranges or something. Really pretty. Just always looking for a small little something to be able to put a candle in. So like on my coffee bar, I have a small candle, and I thought these were really pretty, and it was $3. The scent is Wildflower Field. It smells okay. It's not that scented, but I just think that the candle itself is really pretty, and Sometimes I don't want a super scented candle. I just like the ambiance of a candle burning. That was everything that I picked up from Target. So now we're gonna move on to Marshall. Loved this plate with this little bunny. I actually am really hoping to go to other ones or to our Home Goods to see if I can find more so that I can maybe use this for my tablescape. Love, again, this touch of blue, and it's just like that slate blue, kind of a little bit periwinkle-ish, really, really pretty. This was $4.99. They only had one, has the slightest little bit of a scalloped edge. So I picked up that. And then the last thing from Marshall's were just these brass bunny taper candle holders. These were $12.99, super heavy. They had ones that were the bunny kind of sitting like this, and then another couple that were the bunny like standing up. I just thought they were really pretty, classic table decor or something. So loved these. They were $12.99 if I didn't already mention that. Okay, and then the last place I went to was Kohl's. I was not finding a lot. Target did not have a lot. The Dollar Spot had some cute stuff. But they used to have a lot more brass bunnies and stuff in like the threshold section, unless they were just already sold out. I'm a little late to the game, but I don't like to decorate for Easter too soon. I just like a couple weeks of it up. So maybe I'm a little later. Let me know if they had a bigger selection, because mine just did not have a big selection. Anyways, over at Kohl's, they had just this white ceramic bunny, very basic. I just like the neutral look of him, and just putting it, you know, wherever, in the family room, in the kitchen, on the open shelves. We'll just see where he ends up. But this was $14.99, but all of the spring items were 30%, or all the Easter and spring items were 30% off. Plus I got an additional 10% off, maybe, something like that. Very good price though. And then I picked up all this stuff. If I don't end up using it, I will return it, but I really don't have a lot of other Easter decor. I've gotten rid of so much over the years just because I wasn't using it, so I just needed to have a little bit of a base. Next item from Kohl's were these really pale pink. They have a little bit of a rib design. Thought these would be perfect for this little guy, but I've been wanting some really pale pink taper candles anyways. Sometimes I prefer regular candles because these sometimes look fake to me, but I do like the option to be able to have these come on a timer, and they go on and off, and they're not dangerous, you know, they're not an open flame. So these were $11.99. Again, everything was 30% off at least. So there you go. They had this color, and I think they may have had like a light green color also. Then they had this garland, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this. I might end up making, and I would do it in this video, taking one of my old vintage books that I don't really love the outside, using some of the old paper pages and making like a little bunny garland, very simple. So I may end up doing that, but I did think this guy was cute. Has just the wooden beads and the felt bunnies and the felt carrots. I do think it's really cute, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or if I'm going to make that other one. We will see, but this was $14.99, 30% off. At Marshall's, I was looking for more of those Real Touch tulips that I fell in love with this year, that I got a couple different bunches of. They had no more left. I've tried 3 different Marshalls since I purchased those. I haven't been able to find them. So I went over at Kohl's. They had a whole selection, and this was more like a Mother's Day selection. And they had their own Real Touch tulips. They are beautiful. They look totally real, but I love the way that they packaged these with the little raffia ribbon, or not raffia, burlap ribbon, and the brown paper. It just looks really pretty. It looks like you're bringing your mother some fresh flowers. They had other kind of Real Touch ones, different types. I can't remember exactly what they had, and they were all packaged like this, so pretty. But I just think, honestly, if I had to pick an absolute favorite flower, it would be tulips. I just don't bring in real tulips because they are very toxic to cats, and my cat loves to munch on tulips and whatever. So I don't really bring them in, but they are my favorite flower. So these are fake ones, are gonna have to do. So anyways, I'm gonna share with you a couple of the Etsy downloads that I printed out on canvas printer paper, which I purchased off of Amazon. Best stuff ever. I think you get maybe 10 sheets. You can do different sizes. And I love this stuff, and it just makes it look like a real canvas piece of art. You put it in your own frame and you're good to go. So I'm gonna share with you the ones that I downloaded and printed them, and then we're just gonna get adding this decor. I forgot to share the best thing I purchased, Reese's eggs. These are so good. Oh, I don't eat a lot of candy and stuff. I actually don't have a big sweet tooth, but I do love some Reese's eggs. Actually, I have a recipe that my daughter found on Instagram that she wants to make. So they're like peanut butter cookies, and then you top them with a Reese's egg. I mean, peanut butter and chocolate, best combination ever in my opinion. But so we'll probably be making those at some point. I'm not sure if that'll be in this video or maybe I'll add it to my tablescape video, but anyways, picked up some. These are the prints that I downloaded from Etsy. I was going for a little bit more of a vintage kind of cottagey look, and so these two I love, so cute. And when you download these prints from Etsy, you can choose, there's different files, so you can have them printed out in different sizes. I did 8x10s, but you could do, you know, tiny ones, you could do poster size. So anyways, if you could see this paper, this is a, like I said, a canvas paper. I'm not sure if you could tell. Super heavy texture, it doesn't rip or anything. Love this paper. It gives it a really authentic picture look, you know, canvas look, because it is canvas paper. So I printed out these two. You could also not use this border and just cut out this and use it, but I loved the border and everything, so I don't have to put any kind of a mat in there. And yeah, I just love these. I think they are so cute. And then this one also, again, I just really loved. I think this will look really pretty by the coffee bar. Love the soft muted colors. I love that these eggs look very similar to the eggs that I purchased at Target. So bringing in a little pop of the blue, I just love these. So they were from two different Etsy sites. These two were from the same one. This one was from a different one. I will have them linked down below, but it's a really inexpensive, easy way to make your own art that will last, and I will save these for next. So I talked about, I wasn't sure if I was going to use that other garland. I think I'm going to try to make a kind of vintage inspired bunny garland. I have some old pages from an antique or vintage book that I have that I don't love the book so much, but besides tearing out a few pages didn't really matter. Anyways, I love the looks. Obviously, they're very old looking. And so I wanted to, and then I found this free printable online. I literally just looked up bunny banner silhouette, something like that, and I got the 3 different kinds of bunnies. So I'm going to cut these out, and then I'm going to trace them on here and cut that out. And I have these scissors. I'm not sure, I want to see how it turns out. These are like some of those kind of decorative like scissors, you know, give it like kind of like a scalloped edge. If I like the way that looks, I'll do it for all of them. Otherwise, I'll just use regular scissors. These are very easy, like they're all over Pinterest. I'm kind of putting my own flair on it by maybe using these scissors. We'll see, using the old pages from a book, but I'm not like reinventing a wheel or anything. This is very simple and basic. I may use this ribbon. Otherwise, I just have like regular string that I'll use. And then I have to, I think I have like cotton balls or something that I'll use for the tails. So I'm just gonna start out by cutting these out first, and then tracing them on this, and then cutting those out, and we'll go from there. So I have these all cut out, but I am actually not going to use these because these are like way too intricate of areas to try to get through. So I am not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and trace these on now and start cutting them out. I might be able to fit 2. No, I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm going to do it right in the middle because I want like the kind of 2-column look to it.
Beneath an endless night,
Funny enough, this paper is like so old that if I press down hard enough, it like basically cuts it for me. So I think I'm gonna use this kind of satiny ribbon because the other ribbon I had was really stiff. And another way that you can do this is by punching holes in the tops of each of the ears and like stringing the string through. But I don't wanna do that because this paper is old and it like is ripping really easily. So I think that if I just put a dab of hot glue on each, you know, up here at the top of each ear and attach it that way, I think that that'll be better for this. I have no cotton balls. All I have are these cotton rounds. So I'm literally just improvising and pulling them apart, wadding them up, and then I'll just hot glue them where the tail would go.
Everybody has their job, 9 to 5, and getting drained. They settle for second best, scared to risk what the future might bring. What the future might bring. I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa. If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I belong somewhere above the water. My lungs are tired from running for a long time. My feet got blisters, but maybe I belong if I love a little harder. If I love all the ways the world puts me to the test, if I embrace every fall, learn to grow and keep myself tall, would it hurt at all? I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa. If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I see you struggle like butterflies in water, can't keep moving forward. I see your shoulders weighted down by armor. You don't need that protection. I would walk on